Okay, I'll turn my mail off so it'll quit jumping. Okay. If I can remember to cut this off, I think it's, oh, why are there two there? What is this one? Okay. That one probably didn't record then. Okay, so this is the one that I have going. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, first thing we want to do, I'm going to go in and look at the changes that I made to for this week, what we're going to do. And so there's, or what I added to Evernote, I guess. I think I changed a couple things. Let's see, this class is 8056. So I can look at it right here. This is week 6. So what I've actually added here, I thought I added it, maybe it didn't refresh. Here, let's see. Is what we did, yeah. Okay, yesterday in my classes, yesterday we did the exercise 3, 4A together. So those are the ones that you should have already submitted into your chapter 3 folder. And so we covered, and that one's available for you in Evernote. Also, here's the HTML for 4A that runs, and here's the HTML for 4C. The one that we're going to do here in this class was your other assignment, which was number 6, and you used OR logic in it. But if you have any questions about these, we can go over them in here also. I just wanted to try to get number 6 recorded because we haven't covered it in any class yet. So 6, now you remember you only had to do JavaScript for one of these 3 problems. But the more you did, the better you learned it, right? So 4A, C, and number 6 are the ones that should be in your chapter 3 folder, either pseudocode or flowchart for all 3 of the problems, and then HTML for at least one of them to get the total of points for chapter 3. And you understand, until I grade that chapter 3, you can still put things in there even after we go over them in class, because I don't check to see if you got the right answer. I check to see that you did the work. The chapter assignments, that's what they're about. And so I don't have time to go through and check every one of them. I just check to see, open the HTML, say, oh, he did it, you know, and that's what I'm looking for in the chapter assignments, that you're spending time working these problems, okay? Now, the, I know yesterday, let's see what someone said, in the Khan Academy, there's some of those projects that are really difficult. One of them was, they were having trouble with, was the mouse tracker or something. So some of those, if you just get the majority of the logic portions done, like the if-else logic, I figure it would help you for this chapter. But then I give you the points, and then I talked to some, I also said in this class that if you want to do a project that's just a programming project for that 50 points, I think is possible, towards the, like after midterm, I can give you that instead of Khan Academy, okay? So some that it helps, and it's, go ahead and go through that as much as you can, and if you rather have the project, then we'll do that too. All right, so today I want to do number 6, and also we're going to talk about project 2, and then I'm going to give you a little bit of time at the end of class, 10 or 15 minutes, to work on project 2. Have a question?
Yeah. Did you do number 3?
Did I do?
Page 111.
Page 111. Number 3. Oh, did you do number 3?
Yeah, I thought it was listed here on Evernote, doing class JavaScript for problems.
Oh, and I didn't know, I didn't ever do it. Okay, we can do that one first. Is that what you want to see, number 3?
Yeah,
That's fine.
I tried doing the flowchart on it, and then I spent so much time trying to
figure it out.
I never even got to 4.
To 4, okay.
Yeah, I haven't done them yet. I want to.
Uh-huh.
I hope to understand them soon. It's just, I
It's
know it's an excuse you probably hear a lot, but I just have got so much stuff that I'm trying to divide my time across. I feel like I'm cheating myself because I'm not devoting enough time to this.
Yeah,
I really want to.
So I know some classes you can kind of.
When I get stuck on something, I have a hard time going on to something else. And I've just spent way too much time on number 3, and I got it, the flowchart done.
So you did number 3, and did you post it anywhere?
Yeah, it's on my Google Drive.
Okay, but it wasn't assigned, so you guys understand this one wasn't assigned, but it will help us. I'll go ahead and let's look at David's and see.
Yeah, I thought it was the week before last week.
Oh, it was part 1 of the assignments. Okay. Yeah, I've been working on part 2, so I forgot what I even assigned in part 1. Okay, part 1. Yes, you're right. Number 2 and number 3 were assigned in part 1. Okay, so let's go back and look at that one. CIT1113. Oh, I was going to your Google Drive. Go there. I don't think I ever covered it in any of the classes. I'm not sure why. Yeah, no, we didn't. We did the number 4. So, yeah, I forgot that I assigned those, I guess. Okay, this class is 8056, right? David, there's yours. Chapter 3 in here, right? Is it this? No, that's.
I do mine in Visio, so I've uploaded it.
Right here. Okay. Okay, let me see if I can. If I download it, it might show up a little better. 8056, save. Okay, let's see if I can make it a little bigger. Yeah. Oh, the focus is bad. Oh, it is, isn't it? Never had trouble with the focus before. Let's see. Zoom. I don't know what that does. Maybe if I make it bigger and then we can tell. Let me see if I make it bigger, if that'll help too. It's still okay. Now it's not as blurry, right? All right, so let's read the problem first. The Romance World Cruise Line provides special gifts and celebrations for passengers who are newlyweds, as well as for those who have been married more than 40 years. Design a flowchart or pseudocode for a program that accepts the couple's last name, ship cabin number, and number. Oh, I did do this in some class. It probably did not record. You know, I was having trouble recording. Okay, and number of years married. Display a couple's data with the message, newlywed gift if the couple has been married 1 year or less, deluxe anniversary package if the couple has been married 40 years or more, and no message if the couple has been married between 2 and 39 years inclusive. Okay, so the problem actually starts here with our declarations and our input. So you have declarations, cabin number, years married, string last name. Max years is 40, minimum years equals 1. Okay, so he's using constants here. That looks good. Output, what is your last name? Input, last name. Output, what is your cabin number? Okay, output, how many years have you been married? And here's your diamond shape, which is correct. Years married, if they're greater than or equal to max years, because it says married 40 years or more, so it has to be greater than or equal to max years. Yes. Output. Oh, where did your in? Oh, you just didn't get your line down to there. Okay. Output, last name plus cabin number. Okay.
This is the point where I got lost.
Okay, well,
I was pretty much asking for their information package.
Uh-huh. Yeah, all you have to put here is output last name, cabin number, years married, and then output you were awarded deluxe or whatever, however you want to say it, deluxe anniversary package in quotes. Okay, well, yeah, I think we even have this in JavaScript somewhere. I'll look for it. I think I have it in examples. Okay, and if the answer is no, which means it is less than 40, then we have to check output, have you been married? You don't need to ask this question again, okay? Because you've already asked up here how many years they've been married, right? So that's going to carry through because that is stored in that variable years married, right? So down here you would say, okay, if years married, so on the no side we're going to have a nested if, which is correct, but it should be, you don't need this. You just need to go directly down. Yeah, see, okay, I'll do this in let's the chart if you want to suit it one.
Yeah, I would love to see how it actually would. Having spent so much time trying to figure it out. And then
I probably won't put all those output, input things in there because that takes too long, but that's correct. It's not incorrect. I'm just saying I'm going to try to, let me just do a blank one. Load. Come on. Load up anytime now. I'm going to tell Khan Academy to stop. Okay, so I'm going to start with my terminal symbol, which says start. Let me upgrade my text to about 12, 13, 14, so I need to pull this out some. Okay, START. I didn't do the class and all that thing. That's fine if you want to do it that way. I just didn't put all that like the book did. Okay, so next I have my declarations, which are going to be in the processing box. I just thought I had pseudocode on this one already, but okay, so
I thought I saw like the video from your class yesterday. You had it, but you were going to something else, so it was just real quick.
Oh, the pseudocode on it?
I think you actually got it in a flowchart or pseudocode.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if it's in, okay, let me see if it's in examples here. No, that's week 2 examples. Oh, it may be in this one. Chapter 3, 4, page 111, 3, 6, chapter 3. Yeah, those are all 3 and 4 and 5. Okay, there's another place, maybe here. CIT1113, which has chapter 3, 4. Huh, that's funny. Okay, I do have the pseudocode though in one that by the text from the textbook, and that may be what you saw in Flying By. Okay, in this one, this is number, oops, that was crazy. Okay, let me do my view different, view in draft mode, and it's at 200%. Okay, here's 3. This is one way that the textbook does it, okay? So here is the declarations are the same as yours. Cabin number, years married, name, max years equals 40, min years equals 1. Then input name, cabin number, years married, output. So they go ahead and output the information that they know right there at as soon as you go in before you do the question, because this is not going to change the passenger name, cabin number, and years married, right? So then here is your if statement. If years married is greater than or equal to maximum years, output deluxe anniversary package, because you've already output this information up here. So every passenger is going to have this output, whether there's a output message or not, right? Okay, so no, years married is less than, say, years married is 39. Then they're going to go down here, is years married less than or equal to minimum years? No, is it less than or equal to? No, so it's going to go around, and they will not get a message at all if it's like 39, right? Okay, so let's try it with, like, say they've been married 50 years. Okay, if you put 50 in years married, it's greater than or equal to max years, so they'll go over here, and so theirs will print out this information first, and then print out deluxe anniversary package. The last one will have no message. You do have an option, which some people did. On this no side, they went ahead and said, you know, if it fell through to this no, that would mean no message was printing out, right? Yes, you could output a message, you didn't qualify for a gift or something like that. And that way you know that it did get to this side and didn't just not work, right? So, you having trouble reading it, Amina? I can put these in there. I thought I had put them somewhere. So here is the pseudocode for it. And so if in the pseudocode you can tell if yours married is greater than or equal to max years, then output else. So this if statement here is it single or alternative option, single or dual alternative. Dual, because it's got an else. This if statement that's nested, is it single or dual? Single, because there's no else on it. Okay, so this end if goes with this if. This end if goes with the first one. And see, in pseudocode, if you line them up like that, even in your JavaScript, it makes it a lot easier. Sure. But I thought these were in Evernote. If they're not, I'll go on and put them in there. This is...
I'm not seeing that.
Yeah, I usually put them in there. I don't know why that one isn't in there. Okay, so that one, okay, let me do this. File, save as. If I don't save it as a PDF, though, it gives problems. So let me go to, for some reason, the PowerPoints, I'm sorry, the flowcharts won't work right if they're not in a PDF. Save as PDF. Should be chat 3 underscore PDF. Thought that I could put this somewhere else. Where is it? I wanted it in CIT. Oh, I know. I've got it in the wrong. Okay. Go up to false, so I put it in the right place. PDF solutions by chapter 3.pdf. Is that where I had it? Nope. Okay. That had a lot of pages. Oh, that's because it put every problem in there. So any of them that you want, you can have that way. Okay, so let me go back and insert it for you. Okay, that's going to be up here. Okay, I'll put it up where the chapter 3, chapter 2, where did I assign that? That's 4C.
Since it's got all of them in it,
Yeah.
it's labeled as chapter 3. So
okay. All right, so I'll just, where's week 6? That's got some. That one is going to be in there too, because this is the one for number 3, 4 that you needed to use to do A and C. Okay. All right, so chapter 3, solutions. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Insert. Okay, there it is. He'll have to sync. Oh, it says I'm offline. I'll have to close it and then sync it. All right. Now if I open it, it should sync it so y'all have it. Okay, yeah, it's automatically syncing. Okay, so the next one that we want to look at is number 6, and that answer is in there too. And so if you want to go over the thing that I'm doing that is not in those solutions is any of the JavaScript. Okay, so none of it's in those. It's just the pseudocode and flowcharts that I posted up there. Okay, so it says on number 6, Lakeside Cottages accepts guests during the summer and early fall. Design a flowchart or pseudocode for a program that accepts a guest's last name, month, and the day the guest stay will start, and the number of nights for the stay. If the month is not 5 through 9 inclusive, then display a message that indicates the cottages are not available. Otherwise, if the number of nights is more than 14, display a message that indicates reservations are not accepted for more than 14 nights. Otherwise, display the total fee for the guest, which is $600 total for any number of days through 7, and then $75 per day for any additional days through 14. Okay, so there's a lot of conditions in there, but most of them are or. And so if any of them are true, whereas the one that we saw on number 4A, we had to use and logic. Okay, so I'm going to open back up this one and we'll look at the pseudocode for number 6 and the flowchart. See, there's that. I don't want that one. 5. Class insurance. No, there's 6. Okay, so for number 6, we start out with our declarations. It's asking for a last name. If we go over to the problem, let's look at the problem up here and see exactly what it says to input. It accepts a guest name, a month and day that the guest stay will start. So we're going to ask month and day and the number of nights for the stay. Okay, so there's actually a last name, month, day, number of nights. So there's 4 variables, right? Has anyone done this problem? You did the flow chart? Okay. So here it is. Last name, month, day, number of nights. The total fee, that's what we're going to calculate. Then there's 2 constants. The base rate is $600 and the ad rate is $75. Ooh, that's way big. I don't know if that's way too big. Oh, come on. There we go. Now we can see it better. 500%. Wow. Okay. Input last name, month, day, and number of nights. Okay. Now, you'll notice in these flow charts, even though in the textbook it shows in their examples to do output right after you get the input, you know, they don't go in and do all of that because the flow charts get so long if you do. Okay, so if month is less than 5 or month is greater than 9. Now, why didn't they say less than or equal to 5? Or greater than or equal to 9? Why didn't they say that? Look at what the problem reads. Problem says not 5 through 9 inclusive. What's that? Well, that means, yeah, it means that it needs to be less than 5 or greater than 9, means that it is going to include those that are 5 or 9 in the ones that it selects. In other words, okay, if month was
okay, I'm sorry.
the backwards way, not backwards, but the opposite way.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was looking at it.
No, you could say if a month is greater than or equal to 5 or less than or equal to 9. Is that how you did it? Okay, that works too. Works too. Either way. So, and the way you can tell if your decision is right is you can test it. You can say, okay, I'm going to enter 5 into month. So if I enter 5 into month, is it going to be true or false? If I say month is equal to 5, in this decision, am I going to go the yes path or the no path? Anybody know? Say I put up there, so I'm going to tell my user, okay, enter month. If month is equal to 5, I'm going to say, is month less than 5? No. Or month greater than 9? No. So it's no on both of those. So it's going to go out right here, or it only has to be false on one, right? So if it's false, is it false month less than 5? No, it's not less than 5. So it's going to go down here, right? And go out. So you have to test it to make sure your if is right. If it were 6, output cottages are not available. If it was 6, it would go, is month less than 5? No. Is month greater than 9? No. So it's still going to go on the no side, right? So what does it have to be here? Like if I said 10, if it was October, right? If it was October, it would go over here. Or if it was April or less, right? It would go over here. If either one of these statements are true, then it's going to go to the true side. All right, so then it says a nested, this actually is not a nested if, because this is after this if, so it's not on the no side or the yes side. This is just an additional if that says, oops, if number of nights are greater than 14, because that's what it says we need to know also. If the number of nights is more than 14, display a message that indicates reservations are not accepted for more than 14 nights. So here's another message. If it's greater than 14, now if it's 14 or less, it's going to go here and go ahead and calculate the total fee, which is equal to base rate. Number of nights greater than 7, then they take that total fee, oops, and add number of nights minus 7 times the add rate. But over here, if reservations are not accepted for more than 14 nights, then we're not calculating a fee. Output last name and total fee and return. So if it's greater than 14, then they're supposed to put it's not even going to give you a rate. So actually up here, total fee would need to be initialized to 0, because if it ever went to the 0 side, let me go down to the pseudocode so I don't have to flow back and forth like that. It's driving me crazy. Okay, so in this particular case, declarations, all the same. Input, last name, month, day, number, nights. If month, okay, look how the ifs are set up. The first one is even if it answers yes or no on this first one, it's still going to do this if, because this is not nested inside here, right? Because the way the question is that even if cottages are not available, it's still going to also say if they do greater than 14, reservations are not accepted, else total fee. So the only way that it's going to calculate the total fee is if it passes this one and it goes to the no side of this one. So we need up here at the top, we really need to say total fee equals 0, or no telling what it'll print out down at the bottom where it says and if output last name total fee, because it's going to go here no matter whether it drops out of these ifs or not, right? This is the very last statement in the flowchart. Okay, so this one is one that we haven't put in JavaScript. So that's going to be our challenge today, okay? We're going to put this one in JavaScript. Is there any questions about the pseudocode or flowchart first, why it was done the way it was done? Did you do it like that, Nick, except for opposite?
I did it back. I mean, that was like a negative type one, I guess. Mine was like, mine's more positive than that. Yeah, I don't know. Mine was not like that.
Okay, but yours, let's see if yours works. If we put did you desk check it? Let's see. Did you try it and see if it worked with values? That's what I mean by that. Okay, let's see. That's usually a good thing to do. Let's go here. And Nick. Okay, here's your.
I had a lot of consonants in mine.
That's good. No problem with that. Okay, let's see. Chapter 3, number 6. Oh, yours is a flowchart. Okay. Let's see. I'll download it to students. Chapter 3, exercise 6. Okay. Okay, let's see what this one is like. So you must use Visio too, right? Okay, so declarations, string name, variable month, variable before months equals 5, after months equals 9, variable day, variable stay, so extended stay or extra stay equals 14, week stay equals 7, variable total, variable price equals 600, variable extended price equals 75. So here we're input name, month, day, stay. So these are probably names you're going to give the variables. Is that what that's in the parentheses for?
No, that's just like enter the, kind of like a note just to say you enter it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Output, oops, where does that go now? Let's go all the way up. Okay, if before months, which he's coded as a constant as 5, is less than or equal to month, and there you need to put an or in there, or if month is less than or equal to after months, right? That's what you're saying. The yes side would say stay is less than or equal to extended stay. Stay is equal. Okay, output, sorry, if it's not. Now wait, stay, if stay is less than or equal to 14. I think you got those opposite.
Oh,
Right? Yeah, you probably needed to say greater than or equal to. If stay is greater than or equal to 14. Wait a minute. If stay,
yeah, no, you're right.
then it needs to. Then if it's greater than or equal to, no. Yeah, I think you got it backwards. Okay.
Yeah, I did it.
All right. So this is your if this is your one where it drops right out. Okay, yeah, see, his is on the opposite side of the flow because he did it flip-flopped, the way he did all his less than or equal to's. Okay, I'm going to go back, oops, to the other one, to JavaScript, so I don't have as many constants. But there's nothing wrong with all the constants. That's a good practice to get into, because when you have really long programs and have all those constants, you can change them all up here in this one spot. Whereas if you use them throughout, you can't. Okay, so we're going to go to, where's the one that I had open? Right here. Okay, I'm going to shrink this down just a little bit here so that I can see it on the screen. And then we're going to go into, let me see if I have this one anywhere. I don't think I do. Number 6. I'm going to look over in my spring. So we don't have to spend as much time. Chapter 3. Oh, there's the pseudocode, but let's see the HTML for number 6. I know I've done it before, but we'll just go through it here. Okay, so we know this top part. Oops. Come on. Why is that not moving on the rest of the way over? Move over for me, please. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to take all this out. All the way down. Okay, so I can actually look at my pseudocode and do my declarations first. And if I want to, the only problem that you'll have if you try to copy and paste from pseudocode, it's going to give you some problems anyway, but because it puts these like carriage returns and stuff in here, so it's really better just to type it all in. I mean, you can copy and paste some things. Declaration. I can spell declarations. All right, so now we have var. First one may be L name for last name. What's the next thing it asked us for? I think it asked for name, didn't it? Design, I should have say guest last name, month, and day. So var month, var day, total var total cost. I'm going to set it equal to 0. I'm going to initialize it, okay, so that I know nothing is in there. All right, total cost. What else did it ask? This is, okay, number of nights for this month and the guest day. Guest last name, month, and day. The guest day will start, and the number of nights. Okay, var num nights. Okay. Any other variables? Oh, constants. What constants am I going to use? The ones in the pseudocode were, they used, what was it? What ones did they use in our pseudo? Let me see where that is again.
Total fee for guest is 600.
Yeah, base rate 600, ad rate 75. Okay. So I'm going to put that in. Base rate, caps, base underscore rate equals 600 and var ad rate equals 75. Okay. All right, so there's my declarations. Now I'm going to do my input. So my input would be last name equals prompt. Please enter your last name.
Do we need to put the L with the capital N for name, or
It's just whichever way. That's a variable name that I just did it that way. You can do it either way. The naming conventions are just so they match, just so this one matches this one. Whatever I determine this variable name to be, then it needs to be the same down here. Okay. Let's see, semicolon. Okay, the next one that it asks is month. Month equals, oops, prompt. Please enter the month your stay will start. And this one is a numeric, right? Or did you say something? Oh, yeah, that was not good type. I put a cover over my keys and they sometimes stick. Day equals prompt. Please enter the day your stay will start. All right, do we have any other prompts? Number of nights. Okay, so number of nights. I don't know, what is that doing that? Sounds like something's beeping back there.
No, it's my phone.
Oh, it's your phone. Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. I just was looking at mine and it wasn't coming on. My grandson got a new phone. I get like 15 texts a day from him. He's 9.
I love you.
Yeah. Sends me pictures. I'm like, okay, I can't answer them all. Okay, this one is nominate. Equals prompt. Please enter the number of nights for your stay. All right. Now we got all the prompts done. Okay, so next we want to look at our pseudocode and see where we're at. Okay, the next part, we've done the input, is our if statement. So we want to say, and actually what I'm going to do that really I think helps is I'm going to take this and make it as a comment in here. So, and the way you do that with extended lines, Command V. Now, I've got all my got all my pseudocode right there. And I can do a multiple line comment with a slash asterisk and then end it with an asterisk slash. And then I don't have to put slash slash by every line. Okay, so when I go back and I look at this HTML, I can see whether it matches my pseudocode or not. Okay, so down here I'm going to start with my if statement. So it says if month, so I have to start, month is less than 5, or, and in JavaScript, or is the pipe symbol, which is the key right above the enter key, the shift of it. And that means or in JavaScript, Java, C++, all of them, that's or. Or month greater than 9, close parent, then I go down. Yes, but you have to do 2 of them for or. All right, then I'm going to open this with the curly brace.
Hold on,
Okay.
we need to enter what you have above.
No, that's just the pseudocode. But all of this I'll put in Evernote. So if you don't want to write it and you just want to help me code it right now, whichever way you learn the best. But okay, all of this that I put above is a comment of my pseudocode. So I don't have to keep flipping back to my pseudocode, but the browser will ignore this, everything in gray, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm taking this pseudocode line and I'm translating it to JavaScript.
Okay, I understand.
All right, so up here it's going to say output. So how do I say output in JavaScript? Right. Document dot write line, and then I put inside there what I want it to print out. So if I look up here in my pseudocode, it says to print out cottages are not available. But I can't copy and paste. Do you see how these quotations are in the Word document? They're turned different. Watch when I see how they look here. So if you copy and paste those quote marks, it messes you up. I can probably copy this, though, inside of there. If I'm not a really fast typist, some of you are fast typists, so it doesn't matter. And then I put my closing quote. Cottages are not available. And down here, and I always go back and line these curly braces up. And this if statement, remember, does not have an else on it, right?
What's after your semicolon? Okay,
That's my cursor, sorry.
What is that?
Okay.
Just a
Smudge on there? Okay. So that's the if statement without an else. So that one has just the end if is the closing curly brace there. Okay, so now I'm going to start another if. If number of nights are greater than 14, then if whatever I called that was num nights are greater, is it greater than or equal to? It said, okay, greater than 14, if, and there, it isn't an or, it's just saying if condition greater than 14, then I want to, what do I want to do? Oops.
No reservations or.
Okay, so it's another message, right? So how do I do output? Okay, document dot write line, and it says, I don't have to type it again. I'm going to go here and command V, semicolon down, and now I just make my closing curly brace. Now, is this one a single or it's a dual, right? Because it has an else. So in JavaScript, I would come here and write else, and then I could come down. Some people put the opening curly brace on the same line. I just don't. I like to keep the opening and closing lined up. Some people prefer to put them up here. It's saying something's wrong with this line. If num nights. Oh, I know, it's probably still doing that because I haven't finished this else. Okay, inside the else is another, first it says total fee equals base rate. I can do that. Or I called it total cost, right? So I got to change that. So I can say right here, total cost. Did I set total cost up here? Oh, I never did.
Cost equals 0.
Yeah, I did do it. Okay. Equals base rate. I hope that goes away. That's bothering me. Trying to see if there's something that I did wrong in that line. I don't see it so far. Okay, so then in my pseudocode it says if num nights is greater than 7, then we have a different calculation. So we're going to do a nested if. So it says if num nights is greater than 7. Is that what it said? Greater than 7. And open curly brace. Oops. If num nights is greater than 7, what do I want to do? Total fee plus, so total cost, which was the base rate, plus number of nights minus max nights. Okay, so here's only I've got to change the variable name. So here's what I want to say, only I got to change this to cost and cost. Everything else I think matches. Oh no, we didn't have a max nights, did we? We used 7 instead of. Okay, wait a minute. What did the pseudocode say for? Well, it didn't have a max nights either. Why is it saying that? Huh. Number of nights minus. See, they did not. There's an error in the pseudocode. I wonder if they did that in the flowchart. Total. No, they did -7 in the flowchart. They just lost their brain when they got there. Okay, so either you can declare max nights like Nick did on his, or you can just say, which is what we did, -7 here times the add rate and semicolon, and then it goes over here and close the if. Oops. I don't know why it's skipping. But oh, that's correct. Yeah, there's the if that I'm closing. Then I have to go back here and close this else one that's right there. And then I have to actually have one more. Hopefully that will get rid of my, still didn't get rid of my. Okay, so what do you not like here? If it doesn't like something in this line. Reservations are not accepted for more than 14 nights. There's the ending. Yeah, it's going to be, does anybody see something? I do not see anything wrong. If number of nights. What?
You've got open, close, open, open. You need a
Where?
somewhere.
Where?
Anything else. Open.
Yeah.
Open, you don't have a close.
I have a close for this one. I have a close for this one. Now I have a close for this one, right?
What if you got the then on the same line?
What's that?
The then 14 nights. Maybe it's because it's on a different line.
This
Or
one right here?
Below that in the quotations.
Right of it. Then. Oh, no, it shouldn't care because you have to be able to go. But I can take that off. And just,
You've got
is yours?
Closes. Like the last close you've got, which one is that closing? Because you've already got
At the very
close
bottom, you've got 3 closed brackets.
Yeah, that's what I thought was the problem with this one, but it doesn't.
Close.
Okay, this one's an open and a closed. Yeah, because this one's for this one. This one's for the else.
And the other one's already there, so you don't need anymore.
Shouldn't.
Because for one, you need another, right?
Yeah, let me see why, but I do not see what that is doing. Okay, I'm going to type this again. I want to see. Well, let me do this. I still think it's something to do with the close. But it moved, didn't it, just then? Well, that did it. I guess you were right, Robert. It's not letting me go to a new line. That's stupid. Well, that did. That came over. So it didn't like something in there. Reservations are not accepted for more than 14 nights. Is that what it said? Well, now it's okay with it. There was some. Oh, now it's down here. Huh. Oh, there's spaces down here, like. That is what it is. There's spaces in there. So, oops, but it won't let me do that. Number 9 minus 7 times add rate. I guess that I got rid of the spaces, so it's okay now. Now, I don't like it way over there, so but it's going to make me leave it there. Okay, so are we at the end of the pseudocode? Max nights, add rate, end if, end if. So now, was there anything on the pseudocode after that? Yes, an output, last name, and total cost, right? Okay, so we're going to do this. Let's see. Output, last name, and total cost. So output is what? Document dot write line. And we want to output the last name, oops, name, comma, L name, or whatever you called it. And I'm going to also put something here and add it up there. Plus, remember, I think I went over this in this class. You can set up a variable called whatever you want to call it. I call it BR because that's short for break. And what this will do is code the tag in HTML that causes it to go to a new line. So I don't have everything squashed together. So last name plus BR and close it, and there. That should do it, and now it's not.
Do you need another quote before last name?
Oh, I sure do. Okay, that should do it. All right, and then I want the same thing for total cost. Total cost equals total, and I don't need a BR on that one because that is the last. Okay, so no more red in there, so except for what's supposed to be. No, it's not supposed to be any errors. Okay, I'm going to do File, Save As. This is number, I thought I had that there. Chapter 3, Exercise 6. No. All right, so let's see if this is going to run. Please enter your last name. Please enter the month your stay will start. Okay, so if I put, Oh, I should have put number. I should put in there, please enter the month your stay will start, like Nick put in there, MM, so that they would know not to type in alpha characters, right? Yeah, I should have actually put that, but I know not to do that, so I'm going to put 4 as my first. Please enter the day your stay will start. Let's say the 4th. Please enter the number of nights. Okay, this first time, let's say 7. Total cost, cottages are not available. Last name Wilson. So something wasn't correct because it printed out cottages are not available. And what I put in there, okay, let's look at my JavaScript. Okay, I put in there April for 4 for month, 4 for day, which you don't ever use the day. Then I put 7 for nights, number of nights, right? So I put month equal to 4, and I put nights equal to 7, and it printed out cottages are not available. Okay, so let's see how it got to that, because that's only supposed to happen if it's greater than 14, right? So this if statement must not be right. If month is less than 5, oh, that's right, month is less than 5, so it would print out cottages are not available. But how did it get to total cost equals base rate? So it's still going to print out total cost, which I don't know if that's what it wanted it to do or not. Otherwise, display, then display, otherwise, yeah, those should both actually, otherwise display the total fee for the guest, which, oh yeah, no, it does say to print the total cost, so that's correct. It says to print the total cost. At the bottom it says, otherwise display the total cost for the guest, which is $600 total for any number of days through 7, and then $75 per day. So that's correct, $600 base rate, and that's the cottages are not available. I could right here put a break too, and that would make it look a little better. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to take this and put it into Evernote also, your HTML, because you already have the pseudocode. But what you should do is try to do it on your own like we did in class and then check the answer. The idea is for you to, if you haven't done it yet. But you don't have to do the HTML anyway. You can pick. Okay, come on. Oh, this is that one that takes forever get to because it's like 40-some pages. Okay, so that's number 3, and let me insert. Where did I put that one? Under examples by week, chapter 6. Oh. Okay. So there's that one that we just did, and now we've got about 5 or 6 minutes. I wanted to have longer than that for project 2, but we don't. Okay, did y'all read project 2? Anybody read it yet? Okay, project 2 should be right here. Is exactly like what the test will be, which this is a modification of project 1. So I just restated project 1 here. So you should have kept your project 1. It should be loaded on the Google Drive. You start with that, and then here's the change to it. In addition to the input requested above for inventory, you need to request the type of wood the coffee tables are including the following options, including the following options stated in your request. In other words, when you put that dialog box to the screen, it should say, enter the type of wood of the coffee tables. Mahogany, if it's mahogany, add $75. If it's oak, add $100. Pine, there will be no charge. Okay, so know what they're choosing from. Now, what some students did is they made those two constants so that and they even did a lot of testing, because what would happen if you are comparing what they entered for the type of wood, and some of them use lowercase m and some use uppercase. If you compare it to an uppercase m in quotes, then that's the only one that it'll accept. So what in this case, I'm not requiring that you figure out all those exceptions. If you type in for them to enter it with a capital M or a capital O or a capital P, then we're just going to go off the assumption that they're going to enter it just like that. Okay? Do y'all follow what I'm saying? Okay, because there would be a string of if-elses about this long. I had one student do that, and that was pretty challenging. You can do that if you want. Okay, then output, all input. So at the top, you can output what you, in other words, I'm saying output what type of wood they put in, okay, as part of your output. Use named constants where appropriate. Hint, extra fees for type of wood and the cost of items. So here is what you need to submit. This time, I only require you do a flowchart or pseudocode. It's worth 15 points. JavaScript is 12 points. If it's not running or there's a logic error, you get 8 points for it. Zip files into one folder, name, P2, your name, zip, and you get 3 points for it being in the correct folder. What folder does it go in? Projects, okay, on the Google Drive. So here's the test run. If you put 2 and 3 and enter the wood type mahogany, it should come out with 670. You have added type of wood mahogany. Thanks for using our website. Test run 2 with oak. There's what the dollar amount should be. Okay? So project 2, now if you want a chance to do it on your own, you need to work on it before Thursday, because on Thursday I'm going to go over the answers for project 2. Okay? And then next Tuesday will be the hands-on test over the if-else chapter. Okay? So any questions that you have, and the test will be just a mock-up. I'll tell you exactly, it's going to be a modification of test number 1. So if you look at your test number 1 and you make sure you understand it, even if you didn't get it all right, I know I haven't graded it or put a grade out there, but we did go over it in class. So if you don't have the correct one, well, on Thursday you can let me know and we can go through and make sure that you understand test number 1 and project number 2. Okay, so that should take care of Tuesday, the 30th, test number 2. And remember, if you cannot attend class, you can send me an email, but don't ask to take it at another day, because what happens, any test you miss, it will be replaced with whatever you make on the final. So if you miss 2 of them, you're going to have a 0 on 1 of them, okay? All right, so that is it for today. Did I put everything out there? Oh, and the chapter 4, I'm waiting on that. I think at one point, if you looked at Evernote, it said chapter 4 at the end of this week. But we're going to, I will open the reading quiz for chapter 4 next Tuesday after your test. And so then we'll start on chapter 4 before Thursday. We'll lecture on it on Thursday, okay? So, no, for chapter 4. Oh, let me go in there because I always forget. Yeah, okay, it'll open on Tuesday and you'll have till Thursday midnight. Tuesday to Thursday is 48 hours. Okay. You always do on the reading quiz. I have, because I want to be sure you've read the chapter. Okay? All right, so I need to go in there and open it, but you all are dismissed. I'll go in there and open that so I don't forget.